So, not sure if they're stuck in traffic or what, but we're going to get started. If it's your first time to Pipe and Thimble, we are an independent bookstore, and we only carry small press and self-published authors. These are books you won't find in any other store. We have handmade items from local artisans, and we love to hold events like this. We did not know Katie before we started, but we were introduced to her through a mutual friend, and we are very excited that Katie was one of the first independent musicians who entrusted us with her CDs. And we love carrying CDs, and we actually carry vinyl too. Do you ever go to vinyl?
I do have a vinyl.
We love to carry vinyl. We absolutely love playing Katie's music in the store, and it's interesting to read on her website what's been said about her, because while sweet soprano voice is an accurate description, it's so much more than that. So we want to welcome you, and everyone, Katie Garibaldi.
Thank you. Let's just test this down real quick. Is it coming through?
Your vocal would
Vocal
go up
not.
a little bit.
Yeah. Is it on here? Well, I just released, thank you guys for being here, thanks for coming, and I just released my new album 1 week ago today. Just realized it a couple hours ago, it's already been a week, it seems like yesterday, because it's just been so crazy. But the new album is a all original Christmas album, and they're songs that are kind of more focused on faith and spirituality, and just fun holiday stuff as well. So I'm going to be playing mostly songs off that, but some other stuff as well. So I'm going to start off with a song off Home Sweet Christmas, and this is a song that I feel like I've had in me for a few years. I've been married for about 5 years now, and I just remember when we first got married that it was like this really special feeling when we had our first married Christmas together, and it was kind of like we were starting our own traditions. So I finally wrote a song about it, and this is called Happy Married Christmas. It's our first holiday since we promised that forever. So let's make it count in every way. 'Cause you're my happy ever after. Holidays feel new since we said I do. Church bells weird to play these songs live now because we recorded it in the summertime, and then it was all about like working on the plans for promoting the songs, and then of course like you have to like relearn the songs because I'm like, I haven't played that since June. Oh no, how does that go? So it's new to you and it's new to me as well.
Because it was Christmas in July.
Yeah, it was Christmas in July. We started recording the last weekend of June. It took us about 2 months to do the whole album, so it was fun, and it was like really hot outside. We were like trying to be Christmassy in the studio, put up my lights, in the vocal booth to get in the mood. So I'm gonna do a song that's off the album that I actually wrote this song when I was a kid. I first started playing guitar when I was about 11 years old, and it was just like such a natural thing. It was like like a third arm. I feel like when I started playing, like, oh, this is what I was missing, and started writing my first songs like right after my first lesson, and then so this was kind of like one of those songs I wrote really early on, and it happened to be a Christmas song, and I just kind of tucked it away, and I always dreamed of making a Christmas album when I was small, and I thought someday if I do a Christmas album, I'm going to put this song on there, and so I did, and I always remembered how it went, so I went to my parents' house, and I was like, where's that song? I had the lyrics somewhere in a bin, digging through the closet, and just picked up my guitar and knew it right away, so this one's on there, and this is called Star in the East. It's been a long journey, we've come from afar. Oh, young child, we have heard a calling, our faith gave us hope. Oh, baby Jesus, bright as can be, lead us to our King, star in the east. We bring you gifts, treasures of plenty, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Accept them with our love and forever loyalty. Oh, future healer of suffering, bright as can be, lead us to our King, star in the east. Show us the way so we can be on our way to our Jesus. Bring us to Him so we can praise Him, love Him more, our Jesus. Oh, bright as can be, lead us to our King, star in the east. Star in the east, lead us to Him. Thank you, guys. A couple wrong chords, you see what I'm saying?
Didn't even notice.
That's good. That's good. Never mind. I mean, what? I didn't say that.
Deny everything. Deny everything.
What are you talking about? Who said that?
I meant to do that.
Meant to do what? I just played the song. Okay, well, let's do this one. This is a new song I wrote for the album, and when I first started writing it, I wasn't intending it to be a Christmas song. It was just inspired by this quote I read from the Bible, and I don't know, I'm gonna mess it up, but the meaning of it, since I don't know the exact verse, is basically, even though if you're crying out at night, joy comes with the morning. So it's all about having hope. And I read it somewhere online, and it just inspired this whole song. And so when I started writing it, I knew it was a song about having hope, and it just naturally turned into a Christmas story, which I wasn't planning, which happened a lot with these songs. I wasn't like intentionally writing a Christmas album. It just, every time I picked up the guitar, a Christmas song was coming out, and I'm like, okay, another Christmas song, right? Let's just go with it. And pretty soon I was like, okay, I'm doing an album. So this is one of those songs, and this is called Holy Spirit in My Heart. Angels watching you sleep. May God have mercy when you weep. In the night you might be crying, but each time you wake, joy comes with the morning. In this special time of year, if you just listen, you will hear a bird song when sun comes, and you understand that you can sing along. Hope's not gone. I've got the Holy Spirit in my heart, and with it I can find light in the dark. I'll spread love and joy soul to soul, 'cause it's the day that Christ was born. Yeah, it's the day that Christ was born. You were born a masterpiece. You don't have to prove a thing, 'cause His royal blood runs through you. Today we celebrate glory, glory, hallelujah. I've got the Holy Spirit in my heart, and with it I can find the light in the dark. I'll spread love and joy soul to soul, 'cause it's the day that Christ was born. Yeah, it's the day that Christ was born. Others disbelieve I will still be free, and He carries me. And when the world is gray, I still find my way. Amen. I'm forever changed, 'cause I can say I've got the Holy Spirit in my heart, and with it I can find the light in the dark. I'll spread love and joy soul to soul, 'cause it's the day that Christ was born. I've got the Holy Spirit in my heart, and with it I can find the light in the dark. I'll spread love and joy soul to soul, 'cause it's the day that Christ was born. Yeah, it's the day that Christ was born. Thank you, guys. Been noticing this like green floor with the red chairs. is even Christmas. Did you do that for me?
Yes.
Did you paint your floor for me? It's reminded me of like the what is that song? Silver Bells, and it's like, what's that line? Like even street lights, even stoplights, make bright red. Gonna play Silver Bells now. No, just kidding. I don't know that song.
That's pretty good.
That was it. Well, that last song was a happy Christmas song, but there's another side to the holidays that we all can relate to, I think, which is like the miserable side. So at some point or another in your life, you've had like kind of a crummy holiday, you know, so someone's had it at some point in their life. So this is one of those songs. This is called Unhappy Holiday. The snow outside is as cold as the ice in my glass that I've been holding. Good man behind the bar, be a dear and for another of that liquid life that I been there, right? Is it just me? Anybody?
Bottle of wine, bottle of wine.
Bottle of wine? Okay, take it. I'm actually, we filmed my new music video for that song. Went to Nashville to film it. Worked with the same team that did my last one. If you guys aren't familiar, you can go to my website, katiegaribaldi.com. There's a link on there to my YouTube. And the last one got some awards, and I'm so excited for the new one to come out. And I'm hoping that's going to be next week, so stay tuned. And we did a whole kind of like an old school traditional country Nashville honky tonk thing for that song, so it's going to be really fun. Hopefully it'll be next week. Let's see, what am I doing? Actually, speaking of my last video, that's from my last EP, Rooted Clarity, which you guys have been so kind to support here, Pipe and Thimble. So, why don't I play that song? This is a song I wrote about what kind of came from like a darker place when I sat down to write. I was feeling kind of like I was letting other people's negativity get to me, and at first I was like down about it, and then I started questioning why am I letting outside experiences get under my skin, and then the songwriting process kind of turned around the song to call to action to just be happy no matter what anyone else is talking about or doing. Our happiness is under our control, and it's also important to, you know, just recognize that bright light in other people too, even that maybe some person had a bad day and said something bad about you or something like that, but you know, it's important to just not take things too seriously and recognize that natural state that we're supposed to be in, which is, you know, delightful and kind to each other. So that's what this is about, and this is called Delightful. How did I get here? Losing myself in fear. Do I know who I am? I know who I am. How could I let them win? Talk like they know where I've been. Do they know who I am? Well, I know who I am. Take these shades off of my eyes and shine of the light inside. We could be delightful. I can't believe the world is so scary. What if we were delightful? How could you drag me down? Step on me to lift you up. And now I'm losing sleep over my happiness crazy. What if we were alive the more I heard I'm vanishing, my mind reads negativity. The more I care what people think, the more I'm diminishing. We could be delightful. Take these chains off of my eyes and shine of your light inside. We could be delightful. I can't believe the world is so scary. What if we were delightful? We could be delightful. Thank you for being such a sweet audience. Nice. This is nice. Oh, that's not the fret. Since we're on the subject of rooted clarity, might as well do another one from there. Rooted Clarity is my little EP from last year that I released. EP is just like a little mini album. I never really understood that, because isn't that like extended play?
Yeah.
But it's a smaller album. What is the meaning of that? I have to Google it. Always wondered, but never cared to look it up. So, note to self. Yeah, I went to, I go to Nashville quite a lot, and just fell in love with the city ever since I visited there. They have so many cool things going on, and just lots of creative people and creative energy. And so we recorded this album there, and it was really random because I was at I was playing at the Bluebird, if you guys know what that is. Very famous tiny little spot in Nashville, but it's just like where everyone's played if you're a songwriter.
You get a showcase?
I did, yeah.
Cool.
Yes. And I was like always so nervous playing there. It's like I'm getting a little bit better there, but I think it's just like in the walls that it's like, oh, so and so's played here and so and so's played. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I was playing there, and and this guy afterwards came up and gave me a business card, and he's like, hey, I have a studio, but it's like just kind of word of mouth kind of thing. There's not really much online. So, you know, questionable, but could be really good or really like, what? So I had a day off while I was in town, and a friend of mine's bass player that now he's in Texas, but he was there in Nashville, and so I brought him along with me for more than one reason. To have bass, but also safety reasons. But yeah, so we went to this, it was like just at this guy's house, the studio, and it looks like a normal house, and then you go around to the back and it looks like maybe, you know, an add-on or like garage or something, and like, okay, well maybe this is just like a computer with Pro Tools or something. And then you walk in and it's like gorgeous studio, like all just like gorgeous wood and just beautiful, huge. Like you would never know that, and I guess that's kind of common in Nashville and Tennessee to have those hidden gems. And he's like recorded all different types of artists, and so it turned out to be a really cool little surprise that I hadn't planned on doing. But we recorded 2 songs just for fun, 2 new songs, and then I thought maybe I'll put these out just on my website or something. But I kept hearing string arrangements when I got back home on the songs, and I thought like, no, this can be this can be something bigger. So one of those songs was Delightful. So on the album there's string arrangements. And so we went back, I think a couple months later or so, and just only took a couple sessions and had some string players come in, and it was just one of the most amazing experiences I've had. So that's the story behind Rooted Clarity, and I'm going to do another song off there. This is a song that kind of came out of nowhere. One day I was, similarly to Delightful, I was coming from a darker place that I was feeling alone and misunderstood. And then this song just like poured right out when I picked up my guitar one day and jotted down all the lyrics. And then when I reread the lyrics, I realized that it was kind of like from God's perspective talking to me. So he was sort of like answering this prayer that I didn't even know I really was asking. And it was really a healing experience for me just through the songwriting process. So this is called I Am. The most wonderful things seem just out of your reach. Faces and places seem strange and they unsteady your feet. You lay your head down thinking nobody cares, and you look around thinking nobody's there. Spirit's been shaken and thrown, but your roots are stronger than you think. I'll help you weather the storm. It's alright, rely on me. So when you lay your head down thinking nobody cares, you look around thinking nobody's there. is the smoke in the air that's kind of making...
I was worried about that.
It's
Yeah.
been kind of acting fun. Actually, let's do another Christmas song. My mission is to get you in the Christmas spirit when you leave today. If you're not in the Christmas spirit, you cannot leave. We will be here all night. We will lock the door until you get in the Christmas spirit. This is a song I wrote that's kind of just reminds you of that old school Nashville sound. I must have been listening to some of my old records when I wrote it. There's the right chord. It's like I know the shape, but I don't know the fret. He's a guitar player. He gets it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about the song. It's just a Christmas song. This is called Love on Christmas Day. Did the wrong one again. I've got my heart, dear, wrapped up in my hands, just so I could pretty present under the tree here. I've got my love saved up for only you. When I say it's forever, darling, you know it's true. Anyway, I wanna say it's better off if we wait and you can grab my love on Christmas Day. You've got my hand in yours underneath the mistletoe. Baby, we could stay here all night long. It's time for me to go. 'Cause wouldn't it be nice to wait and celebrate this holiday? I'm saving up my love for you on Christmas Day. I know I'll spend the day with, so hurry, December 25th. But good things come to those who wait. Keep counting down the special day. I'll be giving you my love on Christmas Day. Thank you, guys.
I know what you guys
Hear
are
that?
saying.
Patsy Cline, that's what that reminds us of. I was so excited too. I was like, I wrote like a Patsy Cline song. Not that I would compare myself to her singing style. Okay, what's another Christmassy song on there? Oh, I got a good story. Now I have to like make it really good. It's not that good. It's just a story. I mean, last holiday I was touring down here. I had released a single, and I was driving down the coast, and I kept hearing this melody in my head, and and it started forming into the words, let's take a drive on down the coast. And so all throughout the tour, I would just get these little bits of pieces of the lyrics. And again, it turned into a Christmas song. And yeah, I guess that's the story. It's not that good, but the story is that it was inspired by driving down the coast. And so now this is kind of like my California Christmas, Southern California song. What? Beach Boys song. Yeah, we named each genre of my music. Don't pigeonhole me. So this is that song. Oh, it does have a capo, sorry. And so I was like, I had all these little bits and pieces on my voice notes, and when I got home, pieced it all together like a puzzle, and made this song. So this is called The Times I Love the Most. It's all about making your own traditions. Let's take a drive on down the coast. Beat the rush and before the sun comes up. We don't do much, baby, we're all we've got. These are the times I love the most. Our friends are headed to the snow. They think the weather makes the holiday, but honey, we can do it our own way. These are the times I love the most. And they can have themselves a white Christmas in the cold. We'll dig our feet in the sand, build a snowman. When it gets too hot, we'll take the boat. These are the times I love the most. Family love missiles for the chum, but nothing quite comes close to sunny skies and the way it sparkles with your smile. These are the times I love the most. They can have themselves a white Christmas in the cold. We'll dig our feet in the sand, build a snowman. And when it gets too hot, we'll take a boat. These are the times I love the most. Traditions are oldest, make our own and find a beach card, tainting its leaf. These are the times I love the most. They can have themselves a white Christmas in the cold. We'll dig our feet in the sand, build a snowman. And when it gets too hot, we'll take the boat. These are the times I love the most.
One of the two.
All right. Are you in the Christmas spirit yet?
Oh, yeah.
Checking in. Good. Mission accomplished. Bye. Well, something I got to do with this album is really kind of sing songs about my faith, which I haven't really done much before. I've had sort of spiritual songs, but these kind of just came out naturally, and they felt very natural to include on Christmas album, since for me at the core of Christmas is celebrating the birth of Christ. And I'm going to play one of those more spiritual songs. I've always been inspired by the the faith of Mother Mary that is in all the stories, just how much faith that she had to have to go through everything that she did. So that's what this song is about. This is called Wonderful Mother Mary. Open heart, open arms, you raise them up to the Lord. Fear is no match for the favor you have, and just like a bird, you sit on your perch, awaiting the sunrise, to open your wings up and fly. Wonderful Mother Mary, your faith is so strong. If I had just one ounce, I'd be further along now, into the arms of God's love. Your message is a testament to keep on keeping on, when no one cared to see your heart believed. Wonderful Mother Mary, on bended knee of praise for kindness from strangers, with a baby on the way, but nowhere to stay. God gave the sky a star like a beacon, and it shines so bright on that precious holy night. Wonderful Mother Mary, your faith is so strong. If I had just once, I'd be further along now, to the arms of God's love. Your message is a testament to keep on keeping on. No one cared to see your heart believe. Wonderful Mother Mary, you carried him till the very end, which was only when new life began. did my album release party last Saturday in San Francisco, and fulfilled one of my other dreams. One dream was to have a Christmas album for many years, and then another dream I've had was to sing with a full band set up in a church, and got to do that for the album release. So if you guys pick up the album, you can hear the full band version of that song. We had in the studio and live, we had a string section and pedal steel and backup singers that were like my little Christmas choir, and it was just that song I was like totally overwhelmed because it was the first time doing it live and hearing everything live, and that last chorus I was just like I'm crying. And yeah, this was the first time I did it live solo, I guess, so that was special. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I've had a long time love for string players, and just getting to play my songs with them is very moving. So, okay. Let's just calm down, everybody. Calm down. I'm just calming down myself. Don't worry. What should I do? Something from the other album?
Bird in a cage.
Bird in a cage. You got it. Let's play all the like emotional songs. Cry. It's okay. I haven't played the song in some time, so just prefacing that. This one's off Rooted Clarity. This is called Bird in a Cage. Bird in a cage, you're so lovely. I've been you 1,000 times. All of the sun is above me, where the free birds fly. Baby, you know you've got this. Why do you let them get to you from such a young age? Baby, you're smarter than this. They may have put you in it, but your home is not a cage. Let me fly, let me sing, let me breathe, let me be the way God made me, the way I want to be. Let me laugh, let me love, let me live like a bird in a cage who finally escaped. I'm gonna fly away. Bird in a cage, you're so pretty. You were meant for bigger things. Sweet little bird, it's a pity you can't use your tiny wings. Baby, you know you got this. Why do you let them get to you from such a young age? Baby, you're smarter than this. They may have put you in it, but your home is not a cage. Let me fly, let me sing, let me breathe, let me be the way God made me, the way I want to be. Let me laugh, let me love, let me live like a bird in a cage who finally escaped. I'm gonna fly away. When they call, doing on time?
It's 9 o'clock. You're doing great. Mm-hmm.
You want me to keep going?
Sure.
Okay. Let's do. I talk to myself like that. Let's. You guys do that? It's just me. Decisions. Let's do this song. Thank you guys for listening. Appreciate it. I'm gonna do another one for Rooted Clarity. This is all about finding yourself and kind of going outside of your comfort zone to discover the world and yourself. This one's called On My Own. Can't recognize my face 'cause I have changed. You don't recognize my hands 'cause I have grown. I'm not the same old someone you knew. And the day is it's so hard to leave this simple town. This is where I'm from. There's only one way out, and the southbound train is coming to us slow. I can do this on my own. I've been coming through. I've been wanting to. They're the cliche, my whole life's in front of me. I'm finding out just where I belong. Till the chances go on. It's so hard to leave this simple town. This is where I'm from. There's only one way out, and the southbound train is coming to us slow. I can do this on my own. Foot up, then the other, stepping on the train. I think I'm ready now. It's so hard to say goodbye when all your memories sit and watch you leave. But it's a big wide world out there, and it's time to fly. It's so hard to leave this simple town. This is where I'm from. There's only one way out, and my southbound train is starting to roll. I can do this on my own. It's so hard to leave this simple town. This is where I'm from. There's only one way out, and my southbound train is starting to roll. I can do this on my own. I can do this on my own. I'm gonna do this on my own. Thank you, guys.
Where did you grow up?
Where?
Yeah.
San Francisco. Yeah. Yes. That's not the key.
Let's keep them
Let's keep sliding.
going. Yeah.
Bound to find it. So I'm gonna play the song that's actually kicked off the whole inspiration for this album. What inspired all the just flood of, I guess, Christmas that I was experiencing. Last summer, I was in Nashville, and I kind of had some I think I was going through like a few bad things one after another, and I was just like, oh, everything's wrong, I'm so far away from home, and I just want to go home, and I miss my husband. So I was like in my hotel room, and that's what I was feeling, those emotions, and picked up my guitar, and again, surprisingly, a Christmas song came out, and it was like September, and over there in Tennessee was like really hot. It was probably like 100 degrees or something outside. But yeah, this song just came out of the heart, and the story is the same, except there's a Christmas story behind it. I don't know where it came from. I couldn't tell you. But I came back home and recorded this song as a single with, you know, the band and everything. Put some strings on there and released it last holiday. And then ever since then, the rest of the album all just came out. It was like the floodgates open. It was like, you will now write Christmas music for the rest of the year. So this is that one. This is the one that started the whole thing. This is called Tomorrow is Christmas Morning. Snow's falling on your window. I'm falling asleep. Miles and miles in between us. I'll meet you in my dreams. Say that love takes a fool's heart, so maybe that's what we are. 'Cause maybe I should be holding you, but we're so far apart. Tomorrow is Christmas morning. I know you wish that I was home, and I do too. Tomorrow is Christmas morning, and I'm in love with you. Wake up next to a pretty tree that's dressed in all our memories. Open my eyes to this hotel room without you next to me. Oh, tomorrow is Christmas morning. I know you wish that I was home, and I do too. baby, I'm in love with you. Yeah, I'm in love with you. Thank you. You guys are such a nice audience. Thank you for being so attentive and sweet. Thank you to Pipe and Thimble for having me.
Thank you for being
Our
here.
pleasure.
For Facebooking. Smoke has been pretty bad. Do you guys know anyone affected by the fires? Yeah.
Mm.
The photos and everything. It's weird because 2 nights ago, did you get that like emergency alert
Mhm.
on your phone? It's like we just got to a concert and that popped up like right when before the music started, and I was like, hey, what? Like, so I'm like, because I don't know like exactly the area since I'm not from here, so I was like, is that like real emergency or kind of anxious? It's crazy. Alright, well, do a few more here. This is from the new album. This is kind of a test to see doing these songs solo. Just did it with the band. You'll have to get the album. This song's really fun with the band on it. We had a good time. Kind of had some unexpected gospel influences come through on some of these songs, and it's funny because also my songwriting process was a little bit different than norm. Well, I don't really have norm. It's always different, but more than usual on this album, I would write the songs just in my head before I even learned it on the guitar. So it was kind of a challenge for me to find the music to match what I was hearing in my head, if that makes sense. So this was one of those songs, and wrote the whole thing kind of in pieces, and I would be like somewhere away from my phone, and then have a piece come to me and just like run across the house. Like, my husband would be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I gotta record this. I'm gonna lose it. So this was one of those songs that was like really, as much as it was fun to record, it was fun to write for me personally. And this is called Jesus Touched My Heart. I was lost but now found, 'cause Jesus touched my heart. I was lost but now found, 'cause Jesus touched my heart. I was lost but now found, 'cause Jesus touched my heart. Whoa, I was lost but now found, 'cause Jesus, you hold my hand when I get scared. You carry me when I grow tired, oh tired. Thank you, Lord, but now I'm found 'cause Jesus touched my heart. Whoa, I was lost, but now I'm found 'cause Jesus. Glory, glory, I've been saved. Don't take me back to yesterday. Blessed baby, King of Kings, sweet Jesus, you have rescued me. We did it together. Thank you. That was fun. We were in the studio. We were trying to recreate stomps that would be, you know, I guess just like come through really well. I don't know how you say that. Distinctive stomps. So actually, I don't know if you know about this company. It's like Logmatic or Log something, and they're like wooden pedals.
I've seen that.
Now I forget the.
They're stomped like a
Yeah.
There's a hockey, I have a hockey puck that has a.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I have that thing. I got it at NAMM a few years back. It's like a little wooden, just a little piece of wood.
Yeah.
It's really just a piece of wood.
Yeah.
And then, but they have a input to mic it. So it sounds like you're stomping on a wooden floor. And I got it like a few years back, and I was like, this will be cool when I'm performing and, you know, want to do like solo, give it a little extra, like, sounds like a bass drum kind of.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like, I never really could get used to it live and didn't, you know, I was like, this is too complicated. Just stomping, but, you know, it was like it was there, so I had to think of it. So I was like, yeah, someday I'm gonna have a use for this. And then when we were trying to do that in the studio, I was like, the stomp thing. So my drummer, we were just in the sound room doing that, and then we actually overdubbed actual like stomp and claps. So it was really, so it sounds like this huge room of people and just like getting down. It's really fun. It was different. It was a different way to do it. All the little like things that go into a song that, you know, it's just like little layers that you keep adding. Let's see. I don't know. Do a couple more, is okay?
Absolutely.
2 more?
Sure, whatever you want.
You guys are the best. I'll be here until midnight then.
Okay.
She's about a pill.
I'm going to do one from Root of Clarity and then I'll come back to the Christmas album. This song is one of the ones that started the EP that I went in with my bass player and did, and we actually kept the original performance of me and him, and then we overdubbed the other guys. So this was the original version on this song. It's kind of the one that started the whole thing and started getting me thinking about strings on this release. This one has a pretty big string arrangement. And it was fun for me to communicate to, it was fun for me, but probably like hell for the musicians because I have to communicate like what I'm hearing to them, and it's sometimes a frustrating thing, like how do you say like, oh, can you play that more like with heart?
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't really say that, but like things like that, that's like you're trying to describe things, and but I lucked out and, you know, I've been working with some amazing musicians, so usually I just try to convey the emotion and they'll pick up, oh, that's a blah 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 on the blah 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 scale or whatever, and I'm like, okay, as long as it sounds, you know, pensive or whatever. So this was fun to put together with the strings, but I do have a very distinct memory that it was a hot day in Nashville, those sultry hot summer days, but it was also like storming and raining, and we had the door cracked and it was raining outside, and this little trio of string players just figuring out the parts for this song as I was like kind of humming to them. And it sticks in my mind because it was just so magical to like hear these parts I had dancing around in my head and then actually like in the world, like on the outside of me, if that makes sense. So this song was like really special in that way, and it's all about having faith even in the darkest hour. It's called In My Wildest Dreams. Even when the sky is black and I can't see one star, I light up a candle and swear to myself it's not over. 'Cause I was raised to believe that good ends up on top. I have grown and seen the world and learned my faults. Is it true that what goes up must always come down? In my wildest dreams, love leads the way. In my wildest dreams, love stays. There are people on the TV saying they're leading us through the rain, but I wake from nightmares of bombs flying through the sky like airplanes. Is it true that what goes up must always come down? In my wildest dreams, love leads the way. In my wildest dreams, love stays. You gave me your word, you'd never leave this love you swore. These words where it hurts me too as you walked out of my door. In my wildest dreams, love leads the way. In my wildest dreams, you stay. In my wildest dreams, love leads the way. In my wildest dreams, love stays. Even when the sky is black and I can't see one star, I light up a candle and swear to myself it's not over. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Thanks to Barb and Ellie for having me. Thank you guys so much and supporting my music. You guys are awesome.
Always.
I do. Right over here by the blinking candy cane and Christmas lights. Just trying to be subtle. you know what? I'll end on a classic Christmas song to make sure you guys are in the spirit. And thank you guys again for being here. I appreciate it. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy blood. Jesus, Lord, at thy blood. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. My name is Garibaldi, and I am in San Francisco, but I come down quite a bit. So, yes, you're welcome to check out CDs. Thank you guys for having me so much again, and happy holidays. Have a great Christmas, holiday, and New Year's. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
You.